I'd like to demonstrate another application which I've created. It's called the WIBCS Stores and Tools. This is basically an application I've created to manage stores, warehouse materials, tools, PPE, damage reports, etc. So you'd identify that this is just a dashboard to indicate some total stock items, today's issued items, tools issued, and stock value. Then you go into projects. You can then add our projects in here, the name of the project, the information relating to the project. This is also the job card system where managers can now create job cards and assign them to specific individuals. So that can then be assigned to individual via his name and his email. Can indicate a date of when he needs to start it, when it needs to be completed by, and how many estimated hours it will take him for him to complete this work with the team that he has assigned for it. And then we can just add any additional notes that we'd like to add. Okay, then we can go in and we can create the job card. So this is just a quick demo to show you how it will work. So it's a normal work schedule, and the job card has been created. See, that went to total job cards 1, in progress 1, and that's the job card information accordingly. So we can view it, and we can go in and we can edit it, we can update it accordingly. Okay, so that will be the job card. That's any requests for material, tools, and PPE. So this is where now the supervisor or the construction managers can go in and they can actually request any materials. So for an example, if you look at the materials that they would request, they would go in. It's very similar to the job card system. That information is displayed. Work area that's required, items requested, and then from here they'll be able to add the reasons for their request if it's a normal item according to the drawing, and then they'll also be able to add the drawing number from the drawing that they're utilizing for them to draw the material. Alright, so then you have your various requests once again relating to material, tools, and PPE requests, as I've just demonstrated. They'll also be able to raise purchase orders, so they'll go in and they'll be able to create an entire purchase order for a new item. They can then look at stock registers, where they can go in and they can extract the entire stock registers, or they can export it into an CSV. So if it's exported, you can see if I open it, it's now available in Excel. Okay. Then you have materials that have been issued. So this will obviously be something that will be managed from the warehouse manager. So there's various personnel within the application itself that we can assign certain responsibilities to. I'll demonstrate that shortly. And then you'll see you have goods received as well. That will obviously be coming through from suppliers. And then you can see, for an example, this one has a warning sign on it. So if we go into it and we see, it says that there was a discrepancy noted between delivered and accepted quantities. The notes were 2 tons rejected due to rust damage. So you can see quantity delivered 25 and quantity accepted were only 23, and therefore there was 2 tons that were short on this. And there you can see the discrepancy information that is kept here. Okay, so total items received 273. So that you got a tool register. Now this is also an excellent one as well. What I've done is I have requested it to assist me with QR code. So for every item I've created a separate QR code. That QR code can then be printed out or stuck, laminated, or printed with a QR sticker. And then we're able to scan it on site, and then once you scan it, all the various information will come up relating to this specific item. You can also see that there's a calibration section. So for an example, on this item, the Bosch laser level, it has a reminder that has been set that on March 10, 2025, that this item needs to be calibrated. So this is just a good example, and we can set a reminder to ensure that it is communicated a month before, or we can set the time frame as to when exactly it is that we would like to know about the item expiring, so that we can arrange the calibration. Right, then we have tool movement. We can also track movement of tools from one area to the other, so that we can have an understanding with regards to who has taken the tool out of the store. That will be a good way of us tracking our tools without having to use documented registers. And then we have damage reports as well, which the QCs will then also utilize, as well as any tools or materials, etc., that's also damaged. We can also do the same damage report, and then we can remove it from site. This is where we do the scanning for the QR code. So we would scan it here in this regards, and then we would just utilize that part, and we would scan the item accordingly. And then we can import data, anything that we want to import from a CSV file. We can pull it into the application, and then all of that information will be available for materials and consumables, tools and equipment, goods received, and materials that have been issued. Then we have our full reports as well. You can see we can also customize the dashboard as to what we would like it to show. And this is basically what you would get. And obviously I can edit it as I require, or as the client requires. It can be edited. And then we have your advanced reports that we can also pull. Again, we can pull them. We can require a certain report builder, and we can choose exactly what it is that we're looking for. And then from that information, it will generate the reports. We can also ask it to give us a bar graph. We can ask it to give us a line chart, and it will share that information accordingly. So you don't need to go and bust your head on thinking about how to develop your own plan, your own graphs. It will do it for you. And then you have your audit log of information that we would audit, that we track all system changes, etc. And as I mentioned to you prior, we have our admin section, where I can then go and assign roles and responsibilities of various personnel. So I can go in, I can edit it, and I can then go in, I can create this person to have full admin access. His job role would be warehouse manager, save changes, and then the basic all permissions have been updated accordingly. There's also a help section, which explains a lot through a help and support and facts and guides that we can also utilize and update information accordingly. We can share short videos, short tutorials, and also I can have this in any language that you want it in. Thank you very much.